As of this recording, the tariffs were delayed, but who still pays? The United States delayed additional tariffs on certain Canadian goods. That stopped a new border charge from taking effect on schedule. But a short pause does not tell a factory whether to hire. It does not tell a supplier whether to accept the next order. And it does not tell an importer what the shipment already on the road will cost when it reaches the border. Canadian manufacturers welcomed the delay, but their industry group made the larger point. A temporary pause does not give companies enough certainty to make long-term decisions about production, hiring, technology, or investment. So when tariffs are delayed, who still pays? The answer begins with an auto parts supplier. Consider a cross-border auto parts company. This is an illustration of the decisions a supplier can face, not a claim about one named business. The supplier may sell a finished part to a U.S. assembly plant, but it may also buy steel, electronics, or specialized components from the United States. Its parts may cross the border more than once before they become part of a finished vehicle. That system works when the rules are predictable. When the tariff rules can change after an order is placed, the supplier has to act before it knows the final cost. It can order materials early and build inventory. That may protect it if duties arrive later, but it also ties up cash in a warehouse. It can wait for clarity, but waiting can leave the company exposed if the rule changes before its next shipment arrives. It can search for another supplier, but changing suppliers means testing parts, checking quality, and rewriting contracts, and changing shipping routes and completing customs paperwork. None of those choices is free, and none of them requires a tariff to be collected today. That's the first hidden cost of a delay. The next cost is bargaining power. Imagine a supplier has already agreed to a price with its U.S. customer. Then a new tariff deadline approaches. Who absorbs the risk if the finished part crosses the border after the duty takes effect? The U.S. buyer may ask the supplier to cut its price. The supplier may ask the buyer to accept a higher price. The importer may try to shift the cost to a retailer, and the retailer may try to pass it to the person buying the vehicle. A tariff isn't only a tax, it's a bargaining contest over who has enough leverage to avoid paying it. Large companies can often negotiate harder. They may have legal teams, customs specialists, larger inventories, and more than one supplier. A smaller supplier may have one major customer and one critical source of parts. It doesn't mean every large company wins or every smaller company loses. It means the financial risk isn't shared evenly, and companies were not the only people making decisions before the tariff deadline. Investors were too. Some traders had positioned for a weaker Canadian dollar. Their argument was simple. If tariffs hurt Canadian exports, slow growth, or even weaken confidence, the Canadian dollar could fall. A trader betting on that decline could profit, but delaying tariffs changes the timing of that bet. The expected shock does not arrive when the trader expected it. Markets may start pricing in a deal, a lower rate, an exception or an exemption, or simply more time for businesses to adjust. If the Canadian dollar rises, traders who bet against it can lose money. For traders using futures, gains and losses are settled as the market moves. A trader with a losing short may need to put up more money to keep the position open. They can close the trade, they can cut the position, or they can keep holding it and wait for the tariff threat to return. If enough short sellers decide to exit, they do so by buying Canadian dollars or offsetting their futures positions. That buying can support the currency. That is short covering. A short squeeze is more extreme. It requires evidence that rising prices and margin pressure forced widespread exits. A tariff delay by itself doesn't establish that. The same uncertainty that changes a trader's position can change a company's investment decision. The Bank of Canada has said Canada is still adjusting to U.S. tariffs and uncertainty around North American trade rules. It is also documented that Canadian businesses have been seeking alternatives to U.S. inputs and markets as trade conditions shift. That doesn't prove that this specific tariff delay caused a lost job, higher price, or canceled project, but it explains why a 3-day policy pause can have a longer effect than the calendar suggests. A factory expansion takes months or years. A new supplier has to be tested. A worker cannot be hired for a production run that has not been approved. And a household does not know whether a company will absorb the risk or pass it along later. So when tariffs are delayed, who still pays? The supplier pays by planning around costs it cannot yet lock down. The importer pays by negotiating orders and managing inventory. The worker can be exposed when investment or hiring is delayed. The household may face higher prices or fewer choices if businesses pass costs through. And investors shorting the Canadian dollar can face losses if the currency rises while the tariff threat is on hold. The tariff was delayed. The risk was distributed.